get this over with. I don't want to be here. No, these interviews are stupid.
What's up, boys? Back here at Herbstub HQ. My shed. Just thinking about last season, I haven't really slept much since then. Pierce DNFing me 3 times in the span of 3 races, I think really got to me, Monza sits pretty close to my heart. That one hurt a lot.
My rival, Ferrari boys. They used to be my comrades, my friends, my brothers. And then Dubai happened. And I wanted to send each of them into the wall. I felt betrayed.
Well, I mentioned this earlier. My least favorite team and my least favorite driver are actually on the same team. So Ferrari would be my least favorite team. I'll explain that in a second. And then my least favorite driver would have to be Alexander. I feel like there's an incident with him every race, whether it's with me, whether it's with Will, whether it's with Damon, Aaron, Pat. Someone always has an incident with Alexander, and I think that has to speak to the driver, not to everybody else. So it just always seems like something's going on with Alexander. I hope he cleans it up this year.
I mean, the answer to this question is pretty clear. Ferrari is the least likable team on the grid. I don't like them. They don't like me. They don't like Dame. They don't like Herbstub. But I don't really care, honestly. I don't like the way they drive. I don't like the way they race. They say, oh, it's not our fault. But no, it is. It is. We know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. It's not a secret. Don't try to play the, you hit us, we were on the, you were racing hard. No. That's bull. You know it.
But obviously Ferrari had some problems. And I think those problems are going to become even worse this next season. I want to make sure Pierce finishes last.
Made out to be the villain all year. Made out to be the bad guy. Piercy douchebag, some people were saying. And, I'm sick of it. And, I hope no ill will to anybody in this league. But I think there's going to be a new Ferrari coming into next year.
Some people call me the terrorist, which I don't think is entirely earned yet. So we'll see how this next season goes. And let's just say if you see me coming up behind you in a tight turn in the high-speed corner, you might want to give me some extra because you'll see. The great thing about being number 1, numero uno, is that everyone is kind of your rival at that point because, there's that saying, uneasy rests the head that wears the crown. Well, this head wearing that crown rests pretty easily. I mean, I do love the graphics that Herbstub creates. DNF Damon and Break Too Late Will just make it hard sometimes to race with them because they think the entire track is just for them and that they're the only drivers out there. So they're the leading proponents of calling me the terrorist. So I'm excited to really renew that rivalry and see what we can do this upcoming year. I do think that those two are the, as of least of right now, I know we have newcomers coming. Those two, Will and Damon, are the most fearsome duo, I think, on the track. The 2 best drivers outside of Ferrari by far. Zandvoort, because the hilarity that ensued both during that race and then the antics afterward with the league office and the stewards, and I know only 2 drivers Ferrari finished that race. Discrepancies abounded with how points were awarded and how to keep the league together. So I'm just really excited to see what kind of loopholes will be written into the season's rules and the shenanigans just to keep Herbstub close to Ferrari. That's what I'm most looking forward to because we all know how that performance is on track.
Let's go over some of these questions here. What am I doing in the off season to prepare? I mean, mate, I'm just chilling, dead honest. I haven't touched a wheel in months, so I'm just keeping my head cool, you know, get ready for the season. But I reckon I'm not really doing shit, eh? I'd say nobody's safe, and that's all I have to say about that. Right, I mean, I'm looking at, you know, get a couple of wins, a couple of magazine covers, and then make a nice chunk of change. So I can go, you know, I gotta make it, finish out the season, so I go spend this money on something truly wild, like a yacht, something crazy. So, yeah. Pierce, mate. That guy is gonna pierce me into the wall, eh? He's gonna come from behind, he's gonna be a bastard. I know. 1 or 2 races, I'm gonna be swearing at Pierce, for sure. I think you already know, any trick that starts with an M, you know, like maybe even an MO or an MON, an MONACO, you know, any trick in that realm that might have to do with those letters, I'd say that's not going to be the track for me, mate, but I'll be there. And I'll probably just, you know, maybe not even do it and then just kind of take that DNF and go to the bar. Maybe go to the pool, you know, a couple of brews, a couple of girls, a couple of guys, having a good time. Sounds better than that race that has to do with the letter M.
Bolts. Red Bull. I mean, it's just such an incredible opportunity to be on the grid this year. You know, my family, they came from nothing. My parents scratched and clawed every single day when I was growing up, just so that I would be able to maybe be on the Formula One grid one day, and we're here, we've made it. So this season is just to prove to every single person that sacrificed for me along the way why they made the right choice. And I'm just really emotional about it. You know, it's been a long road here to make it this far, but I'm gonna prove to Red Bull why they made the right choice. You know, I mean, I'm kind of the new guy around here, so I don't really have any rivals right now. So the only message I want to send to whoever my rival eventually will be is, why? Alright, so I'm not going to say who my least favorite team and driver on the grid is. I'm not going to feed into your clickbait BS, but the one thing I will say is I would not bet against Red Bull this season. Because the one thing that's always been true in life is that Red Bull gives you wings. And without a wing, how are you going to win the race? So, I mean, it's just simple logic. So, I would not bet against us this season.
The last 5 or 6 races I didn't spin out. Won a couple races in there, got some second places. I think we're trending in the right direction for a top 3 finish next year. Obviously, I'd love to finish number 1, but depending on how many times Damon spins out, that is going to depend on if I have a chance to finish number 1. If he spins out, 7 of 20 races, then yeah, I can finish number 1. But if he completes every race, it's going to be tough. But he is DNF Damon, so.
Rival is Ferrari, but least favorite team definitely is Herbstub, because every single time I feel like they're just going to send me to the wall. Most worried to see going wheel to wheel with me, definitely Herbstub, boys, because it's never their fault. Never their fault.
I'm not Russell Westbrook. I'm not trying to have fun. I'm trying to win a championship. I know that I'm not as good as Alexander. I know I'm the Checo to his Max Verstappen. So we're here to win a championship. However ugly that may be, we're going for a championship. And there may or may not be a new saying that we have in our team. May be obvious, may not be obvious. But we're coming. We're coming this year. I'll be honest with you, every driver should be worried about going wheel to wheel with me next year. After really doing some deep diving on how everybody interacts with me and how everybody talks about me, everybody should be worried about me. Even the people I don't have saved on my phone yet, they should be worried about me. I'm coming after everybody.
So better watch out. Watch your back, everybody, because you're all screwed. You're all screwed. And again, I love each and every one of you. And go Red Bull. Go Red Bull.
Well, if you don't enjoy that, you don't like Kings basketball. That is as good as I'm going to get.